Welcome friends. Life has been a bit hectic lately. Between work, taking care of my toddler, hosting, we've done some travel, there's been a lot going on. There are some things that have been falling to the wayside. So I want to dedicate some time over the next day or two to get my life together, to check things off my to-do list, to get some life admin done, and to resetting my habits. And you know me, I've put together a little checklist. Here's a little glimpse at what I'd love to get done. These are just some of the things that I've been putting off, saying, oh, I'll get back into that or I'll get that done when life slows down. But I think the reality is just that this is a busy season of life. Life isn't about to slow down anytime soon. And so my goal is to reset in the midst of life happening. So come along, let's reset and get productive together. So one big thing that I want to get back to is making more food at home and also generally just trying to eat healthier too. That's something that we really haven't been the best at in the past couple weeks. And specifically, I've been wanting to eat more clean seafood, which is where this comes in. Especially being pregnant, I've been thinking more about DHAs and omega-3s since they're important for the baby's eye and brain development, and seafood is one of the best natural sources. Now, of course, all seafood isn't created equal. A lot of fish contain high levels of mercury, which is a big concern for me being pregnant. Microplastics are a big concern too, and it can also be difficult to trust seafood sources. Labels like wild caught or farmed, they don't tell the whole story. What matters is how the seafood was raised, what it was fed, and what the testing shows. And most of that, as a consumer, you just don't know. Which is why when I learned about Seatopia, and big thank you to Seatopia for partnering with me on today's video, I thought the concept behind it was so cool. They offer third-party lab-tested seafood that meets Seatopia's mercury-safe standard. It's also tested for zero detectable microplastics to make sure it contains high levels of omega-3s, and it's all sourced from very carefully vetted aquaculture farms. I just received my first box. Let's unbox it, see what I got. We've got some Atlantic salmon. It's gonna be so good. I'm just gonna transfer it straight from here to the freezer so that it stays frozen. King salmon, Mount Cook alpine salmon, steelhead loin. This is sushi grade. Does that not just look amazing? Then we have a couple packets of cold smoked steelhead. Ooh, and salmon pearls. I think this is like caviar. I think that's it. So much amazing food. We are going to be eating well. But the part I'm really excited about, I'm going to be doing a little experiment. I'm planning to do a little baseline biomarker testing, test where my omega-3 levels are at now. Then I'll be eating Seatopia seafood consistently over the next 90 days, and I want to compare the before and after. Try to get some actual data and to track how things change over time. Of course, I'll share the results with you, but I think it's going to be interesting to track my omega-3 index over time, since there's actually a measurable way to see where you stand with omega-3s. And I believe it's an 8% or above is generally considered the ideal target range. So yeah, I'll keep you updated. Oh, and something else I'm excited for, later this week, I actually have a one-on-one call with a Seatopia chef, which is free for all subscribers, but I'm looking forward to getting some recipe inspiration and to learn how to prepare everything well. So very exciting little delivery this morning. I think I'm probably gonna pick out a couple of the salmon to defrost them and maybe we can have them tonight. But yeah, I'm very excited to begin my Seatopia journey. If you want to learn more or to try out Seatopia for yourself, I'll link to them in the description box below. So we've got the fish defrosting. Right now I want to work on something that it's not sexy, but it has to be done. I'm not sure when the last time was that I cleaned our baseboards and like door frames, light switches, all of that, but it's been a long time. Especially around our doors, our lights, I've noticed they're pretty gross. Oliver loves opening and closing doors, turning lights on and off, and I love letting him do that, but often he's doing that with hands that are less than clean. So I want to spend some time just going around our house and cleaning all of those. So here are the tools I'll be using. Got some microfiber cloths, a dusting mitt, as well as a magic eraser, and then this is like a scrub daddy that's meant for dust. And the goal is basically just to go around the house and tackle spots like this where dust and dirt and grime have just been building up. Look at the difference that makes. This is the door that really inspired wanting to do this. You see how gross this is? So I'm sure there are some spots that I missed. I was just kind of going around wall by wall and trying to hit anywhere that I saw like a mark or scuff or whatever, but it's all looking so much better. That was one of those things that I like to do every so often before having a child, but I feel like now, especially having a toddler, something I have to stay on top of every couple of months, otherwise things just get gross. Because toddlers just don't think about making sure that their hands are perfectly clean or not sticky before touching anything and everything. So I was saying one of my goals is to eat healthier. And for us, eating healthier boils down to two main kind of like problem spots. The first I kind of already talked about is when we get into the habit of eating out too frequently instead of making meals at home. But then the other is making sure that we have healthier options for snacks, treats, and just little kind of bites to eat around the house. We're all kind of snackers. We love a sweet treat at night. And so it's important for me to make sure that we have some healthier options for that. So right now I want to whip up a batch of, we're going to make some protein carrot cake muffins. I've shared my recipe for lemon blueberry muffins with you in the past. This is kind of an adaptation of that and just a healthy light muffin that's fun for spring. So I'm going to put the recipe up here on the screen. Let's whip these up. Planning to freeze the other half, but these ones we're going to enjoy throughout the week. Looks so good. So confession time, maybe you can relate to me on this. I have a bit of habit of going through my clothes or Oliver's and deciding that I want to declutter something, pulling it out, setting it aside, and then completely forgetting about it. Right here, I have a full basket of baby and toddler clothing that Oliver has outgrown that I'm planning to pass on, but that I haven't done anything about. So today we're going to take action. I want to take pictures of all of this right now. I'm going to put it in the Moms Buy Nothing group I'm a part of. We'll give away as much as we can, and there are some good brands here too. Then I'll probably donate anything that's left over. Let's go through this now, see how long it takes. See, this is why sometimes you just need to pick a time and to actually do the things you say you're going to get to. That took me all of 20 minutes to take the pictures and post everything. More than half of it has already found a home, and it is a huge weight off of my shoulders knowing that's taken care of. That basket is not going to be sitting in Oliver's closet just waiting to be gotten around to. So yeah, whatever that thing is that you've been putting off doing, find those 20 minutes, get it done. Just that lightening of your mental burden, so worth it. Morning, we are out and about trying to batch knock out a whole bunch of errands. I have returns that I need to make at 3 different locations. They've just been slowly piling up over the past few weeks. I also want to do a big pantry restock. We're pretty set on essentials grocery wise at the moment, but the other day I was cooking dinner and realized that there's just a lot that we're out of right now, or we're running really low on. Herbs and spices, oats, sugar, those essentials that you need to make recipes, but I know I at least often don't remember to buy until I'm completely out of them and need them for a recipe. So this morning I just looked through everything that we had, made a list of what we were running low on, so I want to pick those up as well. Also have a bunch of plastic grocery bags that I want to recycle. Another one of those things that I always forget about until I have so many of them. I figured it would be the best use of our time if we could just knock them all out together, kind of batch tasks in that way. I'm gonna try to be strategic too, so we're not having to do any more driving than we have to. So I just arrived at Ulta, which is where we have our first return, and I actually need to pick something up too. So let's head in there, knock out our returns, then we can pick up the pantry bits we need. I have a return and then also okay, got the returns done, and now let's head in, pick up our groceries. Back home, was able to restock on all the groceries we needed. I'm going to spare you any kind of haul though, because it's all the boring stuff that we bought today. Milk, cheese, spices, honestly nothing all that interesting. I did, however, actually pick up a couple of things from Old Navy. I've been sharing with you my journey to find like maternity clothes. Had a lot of luck with them. One of the returns I was making was actually to Old Navy, so I figured while I was in the store I'd just try a couple of things on. I found a couple pieces, so let me put this away, I'll show you. Okay, then while I was at Old Navy, I picked up just a couple of things. The main thing I got were 3 of these. They're like an oversized, almost like a tunic length t-shirt. I think I got one of these in a small, 2 in a medium. It's like a very intentionally oversized fit. Like if I was to guess in a regular t-shirt, this would at least be a medium, probably an extra large. I loved this yellow color. Also picked up a kind of like a stone cream color. And this one, it's like a washed black. They're all soft, but this one especially is like, oh, so cozy. And they're 100% cotton too, which is great. I have a feeling as we move into like proper summer, I'm going to be reaching for just like an oversized tee, bike shorts a lot. I only really have 1 or maybe 2 oversized t-shirts that I think are going to fit me throughout my pregnancy. So glad I was able to pick a couple more up. Those were on sale. I think they were $11 each. And then the other thing I picked up was this dress. I actually ended up getting the size extra small. I don't know if that's going to end up being the right call or not, but I tried it on and it's very fitted and fits me properly, kind of around the chest area, but then immediately once you hit the stomach it becomes very flowy and loose. I thought it looked great with the bump, so this is definitely a contender for Easter for me, but at the very least I feel like I'll be able to wear this to the farmer's market or just any time while I'm pregnant that I want to be a little bit more dressed up. I feel like dresses are a great way to be able to achieve that while still being comfortable. So just a few small things, all things that were on my maternity wish list too. It was nice to be able to try those on, and a few other things that didn't end up working out while I was in store. Saves the whole hassle of trying to order things online, return them. I think that worked out well. Just whipped together a quick lunch. This is a Mediterranean inspired burger bowl. So you've got ground beef, tomato, roasted chickpea, feta. This is like a tzatziki kale salad, and then also some tzatziki yogurt dip. Going to mix this all together. Should be really tasty and very nutritious too. These are a current obsession of mine. It's a gut building hydration powder. So good. All right, sitting down now to tackle a bit of life admin, some computer work. Like we did this morning, I'm trying to batch light tasks together, so anything that I need to have my calendar, my computer out for, we're going to tackle now. I have a couple contracts that I need to read through and sign, bill I need to pay, and then also several appointments I need to schedule. I need to schedule a dentist appointment, a doctor appointment for me, one for Oliver. I want to schedule a carpet cleaner to come to our house as well. Our carpets and rugs really needed it already, and then this morning I spilled like half a cup of coffee while I was getting ready. Spilled that on our bedroom floor, so that just cemented it. Need to get that done. So let's lock in, knock this all out. Hopefully it won't take too long. Had a dentist appointment, I think a couple of months ago. I think the 10:30 or the 11:30 would work fine for me. Maybe we could go 10:30. So checks all around. Feels good to have all that off of my mental to-do list. Some of those appointments I've been meaning to schedule for going on probably close to a month now. I was actually able to empty out my email inbox while I was at it. So a very productive little computer sesh. So now let's take a moment. I want to empty out the sink, and then I want to continue with my goal of making some more healthy snack food and treats. We're gonna make some healthy no-bake cookies. These no-bakes were an absolute obsession of mine when I was postpartum with Oliver. So I don't know, maybe it's because I'm pregnant now that I find myself craving them again. They're such a tasty treat just to have when you need that little bit of sweetness but want to keep things on the healthier side. They're really easy to make too. It's just peanut butter, coconut oil, and maple syrup. You melt those together on a stovetop, add in some cocoa powder, vanilla, and then of course your oats. Sprinkle them with salt. And then personally, I just like to keep them in the freezer. I'll just grab one out whenever I want one. If you want to try making them for yourself, I'll link to the recipe I use. So now we'll let these harden up in the freezer for probably like 30 minutes to an hour. And then once they're all set, I'll transfer them into a smaller tub that will make for easier storage. Always feels good getting a workout in, and I feel like I can officially confirm this t-shirt maternity bike shorts combo. It's going to be a staple for me as I move further into pregnancy. Cookies are all set now. Let's give them a try. I already knew I love this recipe. That was just an excuse so I could have a cookie. All right, well, I feel like we're in a good place. I've been able to check so much off of my to-do list and just finally get so many of the things that have been swimming around at the back of my mind finally done. Plus, we were able to do some habit resetting as well, stock up on healthy snacks, get active, all the things that help me to feel and be at my best. Before I go, a quick reminder to check out Seatopia if you haven't already. I'm so excited about the experiment we're doing together. So I'll have them linked up for you in the description box below. But as always, friends, thank you so much for watching, for being here, and I will see you all again very soon. Bye, friends.